Restoring the world's biodiversity by growing plants. When you look around you, all you see is mostly city, and maybe some trees and plants here and there. This is a problem. With the speeding depletion of plants, the oxygen in the atmosphere is also depleting. The world is only 35% wild now. And if we continue to encroach on these wild places, then the biodiversity will disappear and we will cease to exist. Plants give us oxygen. Plants are a huge food source. And plants help to sustain and improve wild habitats. We should decrease our level of cutting down trees and destroying plants and vegetation so that we can improve life on Earth and its ecosystems. Wild plants are a major part of biodiversity as they give us oxygen. The plants also tell us when it is time to start and stop growing them during the seasons. The depletion of a plant species could mean the depletion of an entire species of animal. Without plants, we can't breathe and we will no longer exist on this planet. If we do not exist, the planet can still restore biodiversity by itself, but the amount of time it could take could be too long for the remaining species on this planet. We use plants for many different purposes. We use them to feed our animals, and we use them to take care of pests and rodents that we don't want around. The best way to protect and save wild plants is by learning how to identify them. And there are now plenty of books and online resources for the learner. Use these resources whilst also visiting the places where you can view the plants themselves. It is worth beginning in your backyard, garden, or neighborhood because usually there is plenty to see, says St. Francis of Assisi. But the way humans are living on Earth is sending it into a decline. We cut down dozens of trees every day to build houses and buildings. This is a problem. With each tree we cut down, several houses go to replace the space where those trees were. This is the result of bad planning and human error. Mistakes that we have made, which can only be put right if we act now. Plants are a huge food source. If we use the land that is around us to grow more plants that bear fruits and vegetables, then we can have more oxygen and give back to nature what we are taking away from it. We need to learn to grow plants in the existing areas that have been cleared out. Plants need to be pollinated by insects and other creatures who help to pollinate plants. The more plants we grow, the more time these creatures will have to pollinate and help to keep other species around just by helping to grow these plants. The other species that live off of these plants will multiply, but they will also serve as food for other animals who eat the herbivorous species. Plants influence and help to restore habitats. A lot of animals live in trees and under their root systems. They use branches as part of their nests. The vegetation on the ground can serve as camouflage for younger animals and is also used to make nests and homes for other animals like rodents and birds. Without plants and trees, these animals become vulnerable and endangered to the point of near extinction because their habitat is destroyed If this continues, numerous species will be lost because of habitat destruction and loss. One particular species has gone extinct in the wild because of habitat loss. The species is the koala, which can only be seen now in zoos because of the wildfires in Australia 2 years ago in 2019 through 2020, known as the Black Summer Fire. The fire killed over 3 billion vertebrates and left almost nothing in the aftermath, in the places where it had been. It burned 18.6 million hectares of land before it was put out, and nothing could be done to save the animals that were killed in the fire. Sad, isn't it? In conclusion, plants are a major part of the ecosystem and life here on Earth. Without them, we will have no life. They give us oxygen to breathe, provide food for us to eat, and help sustain and improve natural habitats in the wild. We should decrease our level of cutting down trees, destroying vegetation, and destroying plants so that we can improve life on Earth and its ecosystems. Only then can we begin to improve life here on Earth and give it a bigger fighting chance.